Jones, where are we going?
The finest technical riding in the Black Mountains.
New adventure for me, this sounds good. All right, so you got your charger?
Yeah, check.
I've got a charger, good. I've got a credit card.
Check.
Where are we staying?
Phil the Filmer has got some amazing 5-star accommodation.
Sorry guys, room for one.
What? What? Doddy, no way, no way.
You know I said I got the credit card.
Oh, seriously? So for one of us then, it's a night out under the stars.
Well, a 5-star night for me then. Sounds good.
Wow, Doddy, Llantoni Abbey, some classic medieval
Which one are we going up first?
architecture. A mixture
Going up there?
of Gothic versus
What
Norman.
about that one?
What?
Or that one? Where are we going first?
Oh, I don't know. Just surrounded by 1,000-footers, whichever way you want to go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Like I want to go and ride.
Let's do it. Yo, go on, Doddy. Welcome onto the hill. What mode you in?
No idea, dude.
What do you mean, no idea?
Well, you haven't told me anything yet.
Oh, sorry. Well,
Right, I know that's the controls of mode.
yeah, well, this is a 1,500-footer, so you need to be in probably trail mode to get up here.
So that's the middle one, yeah?
Yeah, but it's a big day out, so you need to be looking after that battery throughout
I wasn't in the middle one then. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I have ridden an e-bike before on local terrain,
Yeah.
but I've got a scapegoat, been able to drop back down into town for
Yeah, this is a big ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a linear route, there's no turning back.
Yeah. So how much assistance does Eco give me then? Like the basic?
20% on this, but you can adjust it on this bike
Right.
up to 100%, but I put it at 20, so it's going to give you something to fall back on so we can go from A to B on the transitions.
Fair enough, okay. But you're saying that I'm going to need more than that to get up that beast?
Yeah, so the turbo and the trail mode are set quite high on this bike, so you can give you a bit of punch, because it is a bit technical up here.
Okay.
Yeah, so Doddy, this is definitely a trail or turbo climb.
Okay.
Definitely won't get up here in eco. Well, you could, but it'll totally red line you.
Yeah,
Hack
right.
it for the rest of the day.
It's fairly steep, isn't it?
Yeah.
You really have to concentrate on where you're going, don't you?
Yeah, totally. You've got to work your way. It's definitely no bike park, is it?
No.
But you're going to be constantly aware of the lines you're choosing and stuff like that.
I was guilty of riding your wheel too much then and not actually hunting my own line out.
Yeah, but it's funny, it gives you a little bit of momentum in the tank, so you're going to be really aware of that all the time when you're climbing. And then your body position, moving your body position front and back.
Constantly, yeah.
I mean, that was a long climb, right?
Yeah.
Like on a conventional bike, that would have been taking us a good few hits to do that.
We'll still be going.
On a conventional bike?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But you'd be redlining it, right?
Yeah, you could crawl up it.
But what a beautiful place to crawl to.
It's not bad, eh?
So Doddy, this was actually the edge of the ice sheet back all those hundreds and thousands of years ago.
That's fascinating, Jones.
So, I mean, so that's the reason.
Get a lick on.
The reason that there's...
Get a lick on.
What?
Put it down, come on. Oh my God.
What happened?
I'm looking over there and across righted myself.
What, the edge of the ice sheet?
I should have paid attention to the geology lesson, shouldn't I? All right, Jones, so we've just gone up this, well, I say, pretty massive hill with not even the one we've just come up, actually, the previous one.
Yeah.
Pretty tech, had that really cool sort of weird rocky valley quarry section.
Well, that was the idea. I mean, you know, you're my mate, and I thought, you know, I'd show you around some technical stuff in the hills. And
There's a bit of distance between them as well, actually.
yeah, and
Surprised.
to me, this is what e-biking is all about, like a technical day in the hills riding some natural tracks. And
I didn't think it was going to be as technical as it was.
yeah, do you know what? I know you've been a little bit apprehensive about e-bikes and the fact that, you know, you don't want to like them too much, but I know, I think it's a bit of a flavour, right?
Well, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's the fact I don't want to like them too much, it's just the fact that my time on a bike is fairly limited, so I'm fully aware of how addictive an e-bike could be.
Yeah, but I think
This is all different.
I think there's a good environment for e-bikes, and I think this is a good environment.
100%. I completely agree.
Yeah, you know, out in the hills, haven't seen anybody, and it's just a bit of escapism, isn't it?
I don't think I would do this same ride without an e-bike, so
Yeah.
it says it all right there.
But Doddy, we're literally only a third of the way.
That's all right, as long as you don't have too much more of what we just rode up.
Hope you've been looking after that battery.
Yeah, I'm all right,
Yeah.
actually. I've
Good.
been conserving it.
Okay, let's get up this ridge. Doddy, we've arrived in Hay-on-Wye, our destination. It's been a big day. Now, Hay-on-Wye is the home of books. It's also the home of a festival called How the Light Gets In, which is a music and philosophy festival.
All day long, I've had these little factoids thrown at me.
I just thought I'd, add a bit of
No,
info for the tour.
I sounded mean then, but actually it was all about riding for me. Like,
Right.
as interested as you are in the area, which is cool.
The landslips were cool, right?
Yeah, actually it's pretty cool to hear how it's formed.
Yeah. Also
They
to
were-
ride down through that landslip.
And they were
insanely
steep
technical.
and super rocky. Yeah, a lot more than you would ever find out about, really, just from looking at the area on a map.
Exactly.
So
I mean, that was
tell us
dangerous.
a bit about some of the names of that route.
Well, we
started at the
started off in Llantoni Abbey, and then we went up onto the ridge. We crossed the ridge, which is between England and Wales.
Yeah.
Then we descended down through that massive landslip area called Red Darren. Then we got into England by this point, and then we just kind of climbed up. We did many thousands of feet of climbing today, many thousands. And I think we're definitely on vapors towards the end of the ride, right?
Yeah, I was on 2 flashing red lights, and I think you were done pretty much on yours.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm done physically, done mechanically, but I really enjoyed the ride. I really loved the nibbly technical climbs.
Yeah.
I loved the views. It was a beautiful day. I mean, on a different day, that's a pretty big adventure, right?
And also, we lucked out on weather. Like, we're pretty fried from the heat, and we didn't carry enough water, really, to be fair. But imagine what that would be like in the wind and rain in winter.
Doddy, though, that last descent, that must have taken us about 40 minutes to come down off that mountain.
Yeah, and it was flat out.
Absolutely flat out. And I mean, we must have been going like 60 mile an hour down that hill.
In places, probably, yeah.
It's bonkers. Doddy, that's it for today. I'm going to leave you now, go back to your cosy twin room with Phil the filmer. But tomorrow is going to be another big day, right? Another big day in the mountains. Loads and loads of climbing and descending technical trails again.
What are you going to do tonight, Jones?
I'm going to actually head up to those very hills that are going to be up tomorrow, and I'm going to find myself a nice field and look at the stars. Did you know, actually, that the Brecon Beacons is a designated dark sky area? So I'm going to be seeing all those amazing stars.
Do you know what? That actually is cool, and it's probably the best fact you've had today.
It's going to be cool, and it's going to be wet, and it's probably going to be really uncomfortable. But
Do you know what I'm going to do tonight?
That's the price you pay. Yeah.
I'm going for tapas with Phil. All right, step into my little boudoir for the night. Not a bad little setup, I think you'll agree, after a hard day on the hill. Managed to carry just enough stuff with me, just to have a change of clothes, and going to go to a restaurant down the road, have something to eat, refuel, do it all again tomorrow. In the meantime, I have no idea what Jones is playing at. Well, that's me for tonight. I'm going to go and have a shower, get cleaned up, and go to the restaurant and have a little laugh to myself about Steve stranded up on the hill.
Morning. Do you know what? It was actually a really cosy night under the stars. And I doubt whether the guys in their 4-5-star hotel will have had a nice sleep as that. Oh, that was great. There's always one, isn't there? Always one. Hey, what's happening?
Morning, Jones. How'd you sleep?
Oh, sleep? Wow, sheep, stars, and a sweet night's sleep, Doddy.
Don't believe you.
You cannot beat sleeping in a field with some sheep. Oh,
I've got your morning peppermint tea.
oh, you absolute beauty. Nice and Doddy. See you doing my hair?
So seriously, did you have a good night's sleep?
Of course I did. It was, honestly, it was absolutely so quiet and peaceful.
So was my bedroom.
The grass wasn't wet. I thought there'd be loads of dew on the ground.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was totally dry. So I didn't use my the bag which I prepared.
So you just use your sleeping bag.
Just sleeping bag on the ground, snuggled in. Whoa, it was
Did you get
great.
trampled on there?
Oh, I was a bit worried. There's a couple of rams in there,
Yeah.
and they were kind of sniffing around this morning. But yeah, how was your 5-star?
Well, you lied. It was a 4-star. There was no swimming pool. I was pretty upset about that. But I did have an amazing breakfast.
So, big day ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I'm buzzing from yesterday.
Good.
I really loved it yesterday.
So, well, it's another big day. Several thousand feet of climbing, loads of miles. So, you better get that coffee in you and get prepped.
What's the start? Well, we ended yesterday with like a 40-minute descent, so I'm guessing we're going all the way back up again.
Yeah, and another 40-minute descent.
Amazing.
Back to the Abbey.
Yep.
For some more architecture, geology, arts and literature.
You still playing that broken record?
Oh my God! Oh.
Didn't realise you were going to go that fast into it. Jones.
Yep.
Right, this is pretty amazing. I love the climb we've just had through there.
Yeah.
The little water drops and stuff. Like, where are we?
Pretty cool bridleway, right?
Totally different from any bridleway I've ridden and completely changed the scenery from yesterday.
You and some geography facts, right, Doddy?
Yeah, go on.
So we moved on from arts and literature to geography. So we're heading south, and we've got a good couple of thousand feet to climb.
Wow.
And we're going to Lord Hereford's Knob.
Okay. I think you've been there before, haven't you?
Or in Welsh, Tumpa. So it really does pitch up pretty steeply as we get to the top of this valley. So get ready.
Looking forward to Lord Hereford's Knob.
Yeah, who isn't?
Oh, man. Not sure I'd fancy doing this about one of these bikes, Steve.
Huh? There you go.
That's what we're going up, that one.
Yep, straight up there.
The neck.
Yeah. 1,000 foot dead.
That is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you did the hill climb champ
I
thing
did that with Sylvain Gintoli, the World Superbike champion.
How long?
How long do you think it took to get up and back?
Well, yesterday we were climbing for like half an hour or something, so.
18 minutes.
And back.
18 minutes there and back. Madness, isn't it?
You must have been done.
Oh, totally. I was absolutely murdered.
Hey, look at the horses.
All right, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good for scale. Man, that's massive. So where does it go then?
So we're just going to go pretty much around where the horses are,
Yeah.
and round the corner and then back up the side of it. Super technical climb.
So it goes around the front of it?
Yeah, so that's west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Well, Doddy, it's near journey's end. I thought I'd bring you to this little gem of a church
This is
deep in the hills.
absolutely stunning, Steve. Look at this, Steve.
Bad is it?
Nice for a place of contemplation, I guess, isn't it?
Well, Doddy, this brings us to the religious chapter of our trip. So a little fact with this place, it's one of the smallest churches in the country.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, it's interesting 'cause it's tiny.
Oh, nice for you to be semi-interested for a change.
Yeah, well, I'm only pretending. It's a nice place to talk about bikes, so.
Well, exactly. What I was going to tell you with the bike was on that technical climb we had just before you started munching for lunch.
Yeah.
I've actually got 11 tooth sprocket on that bike, which means you can actually just spin really slowly, so it gives you a bit left in the tank for those really long climbs.
Yeah. I changed my sort of riding plan a bit today.
Yeah.
Riding further back from you and actually looking ahead on the trail.
You mean the hung over head down like a dog in a ditch style?
No, I wasn't describing your riding. No, in seriousness, I've never had to ride up hills. I think cameraman Phil said this yesterday.
Yeah.
Riding up hills and looking ahead actively for lines, totally different.
What, and get your tyre caught up with a rut and going over the handlebars?
Yeah, something like that. Nearly happened a few times today, but actually I got to grips with the bike a lot better today. I feel more comfortable on it.
Well, if you think about it, you're on a 180 mil travel bike on what is essentially like a cross-country ride, right?
Yeah,
so
which is madness.
But having said that, that was pretty flat-out technical descent.
Rough as through there. I'm glad I had to travel for a lot of those little sniper rocks.
Yeah.
Away.
Right, let's get back to HQ.
Tell you what, mate, I'm a convert.
Really?
Completely, yeah.
Oh my God. Did you actually hear that?
Yeah, again, not for my local trails, but for this stuff, incredible.
Tie the dog up, it says there.
So good.
Doddy, 2 days in the Black Mountains.
Yeah.
Physical, educational.
It's just everything. like anyone that says e-bikes are easy, they have not ridden an e-bike.
I'm whacked. I'm totally whacked.
I'm exhausted, but I've got that same feeling I had when I first started mountain biking, when I started going out with people and exploring.
Yeah, and you know what?
Again, I love it.
That's kind of the ride you would go on, back in the day, really.
Yeah.
I think we seem to have been corralled, mountain bikers, into bike parks, into trail centres.
Of course, yeah, it's convenient.
It's great to get out in those hills and, it's pretty much an all open hill ride that was.
Yeah.
We had the bridle away this morning.
Dude, I seriously loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
And I would love to get an e-bike to do exactly this sort of riding.
Did you just hear that?
Brilliant.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm sold.
Should we quickly go through what we took with us?
Yeah.
I mean, I basically took my backpack with a sleeping bag, a couple of tubes in there. I had a torch to see me around the field last night.
Yep.
And I had a sleeping mat, which I didn't use. What about you?
So I took an inner tube wrapped around a water bottle with water and another one on the bike.
Why did you wrap the inner tube around?
Just to help it grip on the bag.
Ah, right, okay.
Otherwise it slides off.
Nice touch.
I took a mini pump, a couple of CO2 cartridges, basic tools. In fact, quite a lot of tools, to be fair, that I could have done without taking, so quite heavy.
Do you know what I thought was a nice touch by you and Phil was the fact that you took some socks and pants. Totally forgot.
I just took pants, so I should have taken socks.
Yeah, I think that's a good move, because if it had been wet, I definitely wanted to have a nice set of pants and socks.
Yeah, I guess we lucked out with the weather. I would like to have taken just a pair of flip-flops or something for the other end, because having to use your cycling shoes to walk around town at the end is not the best.
That bag is pretty small, really. I mean, cause
it's not.
You took Phil's charger as well.
Yeah, so I've got 2 chargers in here for both the bikes. I've also got my little compact camera with a couple of lenses in there, a little 360 camera. So quite a lot of stuff.
So that's it from the Black Mountains. If you want to see more e-bike adventures, check out the e-trip, our journey up to the source of the Doddy River, which we did recently. Have a look at that one down over here. Doddy, thanks for coming into the hills.
Thanks for having me. I'll be back, definitely.
Yeah, if you give us a thumbs up if you like this video, leave your comments below on e-bike adventures, and it'd be great if you could subscribe to EMBN.